install an intake manifold on a newly built motor. This particular motor is a 351 Windsor. What you want to do is get all your materials together. Of course, we've got our intake gaskets, and here's the front ones. Today we're not going to use these front ones. Today we're going to use ultra black silicone. So we're going to put a bead across this front section when we get to it, and I'll show you the reason why. These end up squeezing out eventually, and then you end up blowing your intake gasket. So we won't use these today, but okay. So today we're going to put this intake gasket, right and left side, on here. You have your tabs of your head gasket where my finger shows. These slide right here to hold them in place. Okay. Just get the driver's side. Okay. So there we got our intake gaskets already. Now I'm going to grab my ultra black silicone. I'm going to put a thick bead across the back portion and across the front portion. Black thick bead across. We're going to hit this intake and we're going to bring it all the way across. And what this is going to do once we put our intake on, it's going to squeeze and it's going to seal just like that quart gasket, except for eventually it won't slip out. Okay. Make sure your surfaces are real clean. With this brand new block, of course, we've made it to where it's super clean. Actually use some acetone first to wipe the surface down. I did at least. Okay. Okay. And you're going to carefully lift this intake. Now this one's a cast iron stock intake. This is super heavy. So when you would set it in, make sure you're pretty close to your bolt holes and everything lines up. Let me check these real quick. That's real good. Okay, now that we got it on here, as I brought it down and made sure my bolt holes line up, I'm going to grab my bolts. Got 16 bolts on this 351. Now this particular year and motor takes 20 to 22 foot-pounds of torque on these intake bolts, and then of course there's a sequence that you tighten them down. I've copied a page off my shop manual to show me my sequence. What I'm going to do first is get my regular socket wrench. I'm just going to snug them down. And right now I'm just barely bringing them to the surface, making sure that everything, nothing binds, everything gets bolts down without anything, the intake gaskets binding or any bolts. I'm bringing out my torque wrench. Like I said, 20 to 22 pounds of torque. What we're going to do first is go half the foot-pounds. We'll go at 12. So adjust it accordingly to my torque wrench and lock it in. Okay, I get my sequence here from my shop manual. We're going to start on this particular block up front, and it'll give you your number sequence on where your pattern goes. Okay, and we'll start at 12 pounds. Okay, so we're going to start here. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a click that happens on this torque wrench. Okay, that tells us we're at our right foot-pounds. So we'll go to number 2. Stop there. Go to number 3, 15, and 16. Okay, and our final shot, we're going to go adjust this to 22. Okay, start up at 1 again, and continue the sequence through. Okay, now that we've gone through the whole sequence, I like to go through one last time and double check every one. So I'm going to start off at number 1 again and work my way through 16. That will be the 3rd time, okay, and that will be the final time, and then you're done. So here we go. And again, we're at 22 foot-pounds. Here's 1.